Hey guys, Hikaru here. Today I'm cosplaying as Jerry Birkin from Resident Evil. Specifically, I'm trying to do her Mercenaries version from Resident Evil 6. I'm having problems with my gun holsters right now, so that's why I'm not wearing it, so it looks like an awkward version of her in Raccoon City, but it's really not. So I was in London for the first 2 weeks of July. It was a lot of fun. While I was there, I was able to attend London Film and Comic Con. I didn't end up making a music video for that convention. I just didn't stay long. It was a very interesting convention. I had fun for the short, brief time I was there. I was there from roughly, I'd say, 9:40, 10 o'clock to noonish. I wasn't there for a really long amount of time. That convention I found is more focused on the film aspect, hence London Film and Comic Con. I was not feeling my cosplay that day because I threw it in my suitcase at the last second. It was really weird, long story. But while I was there, I did have some fun. I attended a panel about cosplay, photography, and modeling. I mean, most of it was stuff I already knew, but there was some interesting stuff in there. While I was there, I cosplayed as Stocking from Penny and Stocking with Garbelt. I met a couple of interesting people there. For example, I was posing for somebody and then they asked me about my Honeko plush. And so I was talking to them and then they were like, wait, where are you from? Because, I have an accent, which in America it's, whatever. But fun fact, I have a weird hybrid accent. I live in New Jersey, so I do have a little bit of New Jersey stuff like going on in my speech. Like I say kitten instead of kitten, stuff like that. But I'm also from Texas, really. I lived in there for a little bit when I was a kid. My father's side of the family is from Texas, lives in Texas, so I go to Texas a lot. So sometimes I can pick up a little bit of a southern drawl. I tend to say y'all a lot. And I was born in California, and my mom's half of the family is from California. Most of them live in California, so I go there a couple of times. I really wouldn't say that people there have an accent, and I don't really say like, I don't really do that Valley Girl thing. But I guess sometimes it comes out because I was telling them, these two people, and one of them said, I can hear a little bit of Californian. And I was like, how'd you know? I ended up meeting this really awesome cosplayer who's cosplaying Queen Esther from Trinity Blood. Oh my god, her costume was amazing. It was all hand sewn, hand beaded, hand painted. It was amazing. She didn't have her trains apparently, which are like 3 trains, they're super long. It was still an amazing costume. Oh my gosh, and she was so cute and sweet. I also met a Jack Frost cosplayer who was, again, pretty cool. Yeah, so I didn't really end up staying long, which is, kind of sad. But I had my parents with me because, of course, they're like, oh, you're going to a convention in a foreign country even though you're an adult, but we're going to come with you. So I was like, okay. So that was a little odd. I think that's partially why I didn't stay too long. But we ended up leaving and we explored the Earl's Court area, which is where the convention center was, which is also where my mom lived when she studied abroad in England, much back when she was in college. So we kind of went around, found her the place where she used to live, some pubs. There was a TARDIS outside of the Earl's Court tube station. I mean, it was technically, blue police box, but it was like, oh, it's the TARDIS. I mean, I don't watch Doctor Who, but I have friends who do, so I know really what Doctor Who is. So I took some pictures, it was fun. We did have tickets for Saturday and Sunday, but we didn't go on Sunday because, I don't know, we didn't really stay long for Saturday, so we're like, well, why should we go Sunday? And I had brought a second costume in case, which was my Jill Valentine costume, her Stars version. So I took some pictures around London with my dad. We stayed pretty much close to our hotel, which was located in the Piccadilly Circus area for anybody who knows London. We walked around the streets, got a couple pictures. You have the red phone booths in London, and so I decided to take a picture there because, it's touristy, and I was like, why not? Let's do that. I got a picture with the blue police box as Stocking. Why don't I get a picture, the red phone booth as Jill? So maybe I'll do a picture inside. You're like, oh, I'm calling you. So I went to open the door. Oh my god. I could not get that door closed fast enough. As soon as I opened the door, there was this overpowering stench of urine. It was just, and oh god, and there were lots and lots and lots and lots of pictures of, naked women, porno pictures, and a half bottle of like whiskey. I didn't really take the time to look at the floor, but I'm pretty sure that there were some condoms down there used. It was really, really gross. And I couldn't get the door closed fast enough. It was one of those doors that like, you open it and you let close and it just like closes on its own. But when you try and close it yourself, it's forced, it pushes against you. So I was like trying to push it closed, but I just got so grossed out. So I ended up taking pictures outside of the red phone. And for my second story, as you know, anytime you're cosplaying in public, it's around the streets, a restaurant, mall, anywhere, people are gonna stare. And by now I've gotten really used to it because I've done plenty of photo shoots outside of conventions, just in public. I've done plenty of cosplaying in public, so by now I really just, I'm kind of immune to it. But then, when I'm not in cosplay, I'm like super self-conscious, but when I'm in cosplay, I'm not. Weird, I know. So my dad and I went to Green Park, I believe, in London, and my dad was like, hey, let's get an action shot of you running. So I had to run back and forth, looking behind me, which is how I ran into a fence and scratched up my arm. So I was just running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was sweaty and hot outside. It was like the hottest day of July in England, which is actually pretty hot. And after I was sprinting, I was like trying to catch my breath, and this guy was like, can I take a picture of you? And I was like, and turns out he recognized my character, so we chatted a little. But yeah, I took a lot of pictures as Jill. So it's the end of this vlog, so bye.